Thanks for joining me for episode 11 of Cybersecurity Kept Simple 24x7x365. Today we're looking at Lazarus, a state-funded cybercrime syndicate with multiple crews operating under a national flag. It costs a lot of money to try and impress your friends with rockets and fancy new battleships. Despite decades of international sanctions, North Korea manages to fund a lavish lifestyle for its leader and an impressive military arsenal that costs many billions of dollars. In 2009, a notorious APT became the focal point of intense scrutiny from cybersecurity experts, researchers, and various government agencies. This North Korean government cybercrime syndicate became known to the West as the Lazarus Group. In North Korea, the group is believed to consist of multiple cyber units working under the Military Intelligence Division of the Reconnaissance General Bureau. The driving forces behind the Lazarus Group's cyber activities are multifaceted and tightly aligned with North Korea's geopolitical and economic circumstances at that particular time. Their objectives are cyber espionage, cyber sabotage, and financial theft. The group generate hundreds of millions of dollars every year for the North Korean regime. They are the fastest growing revenue stream for the government and the most sanctions-resistant source of income. The Sony Pictures hack is one of those rare occasions where Hollywood didn't write the script, it lived it. It's a tale of comedy, hurt feelings, intrigue, revenge, and geopolitical theatrics so unbelievable that had such a script been presented to a movie exec, it would probably have been binned. The studio was promoting a movie called The Interview, a satirical comedy about two media personalities assassinating Kim Jong-un. The North Koreans found the concept of such a movie offensive and unleashed Lazarus on Sony when they refused to withdraw the movie. The initial breach is believed to have come from a phishing email appearing to be from Facebook. Once the attached malware was activated, the attackers were able to compromise a single system. They moved laterally from here, gathering credentials and elevating their access to different systems along the way. Before announcing their presence, they stole massive volumes of data, including unreleased movies, screenplays, emails, personal employee data, future film plans, pretty much everything of any potential value. The attackers released all of the stolen information and deployed destructive malware that destroyed thousands of company computers and hundreds of servers. Subsequent investigations revealed how poor Sony's cybersecurity posture was, with weak internal segmentation, insufficient detection and monitoring, and a lack of access control throughout their environment, all contributing to the success of the attack. The initial breach in the Bangladesh bank heist was more than a year prior to the theft of $81 million. Lazarus operators sent emails to targeted individuals within the bank, pretending to be a job seeker and requesting they open his attached resume and cover letter. The attackers gained access to an internal system when the malware was opened. There was nothing sophisticated like a zero-day vulnerability with the initial breach. This attack began with social engineering and a single compromised workstation. The attackers spent a year moving laterally within the bank, gathering credentials, increasing their privilege levels, reverse engineering systems, and covering their tracks as they went. They made contact with the SWIFT system just weeks prior to the theft itself. Not to take anything away from the technical brilliance and meticulous planning of this attack, but the bank and its digital security was abysmal, with no real-time monitoring, no intrusion prevention, old unpatched firewalls, and most incredibly, a flat network where the SWIFT terminal was on the same network as workstations. This means there is no firewall or any other inspection points between the infected workstation and the SWIFT terminal. The last time I saw a flat network like this was in 2002. It was my first big network redesign and a massive learning experience for me. It's mind-blowing to realize that flat networks still existed in financial institutions in 2014. The Bangladesh bank's weak security posture was not the result of a single failure, but the cumulative effect of years of underfunding, mismanagement, and institutional neglect. My experiences with financial institutions were very different, with continuous audits and secure, sensible security controls in place, along with never-ending initiatives to improve security. The Bangladesh bank heist wasn't just a theft. it was a revelation. Attackers slipped in through a poorly secured perimeter, stalked the network, and then tried to move $1 billion through the Federal Reserve as if it were a routine transfer. It was the moment the world realized cybercriminals could rob a central bank without ever touching a vault. After years of attacking banks and financial institutions, Lazarus shifted focus from traditional bank thefts to cryptocurrency, in the process becoming the most profitable crypto theft outfit on the planet. Their signature intrusion method to breach crypto companies is custom malware and zero-day exploits, combined with targeted spear phishing. They target weak verification logic in cross-chain bridges and have exploited vulnerabilities in DeFi. They are known to plant backdoors and anti-forensic tools so they can return months later for a second bite of the cherry. The fragmentation of their stolen crypto into thousands of microtransactions is a core part of their obfuscation strategy. The movement of stolen funds through untraceable channels and mixers is all part of their impressive laundering skills, and each attack pushes governments and exchanges to tighten security amid calls of increased regulatory requirements. Unlike their old bank jobs, almost all of the stolen crypto actually makes it to North Korea. Analysts estimate a staggering 96% escapes seizure, an almost unheard of success rate. Across 6 years, Lazarus is believed to have stolen around $3 billion, the equivalent of 5% of North Korea's entire economy, or nearly half of its military budget. A common denominator in most Lazarus attacks is social engineering, some form of phishing or human deception. For all the brilliance of their malware, the operation still hinges on one thing: tricking a person into pulling the trigger. Lazarus aren't unstoppable. The exchanges with strong controls have beaten them. Coinbase blocked a Lazarus phishing attack cold. Hardware key-only access has shut them out of major platforms. And on-chain analytics has even frozen their wallets mid-launder. The problem isn't that Lazarus can't be stopped, it's that too many targets still leave the door unlocked. They forget their enemy isn't a kid in a hoodie looking for an easy score, it's a disciplined, highly trained adversary. They're not scared of being caught, they're scared of failing. No matter how it's dressed up, theft is theft, regardless of who is stealing. Watching North Korea turn theft and money laundering into an art form is impressive, and I can't help but have a wee bit of admiration for how they keep beating the system. Everyone has their own part to play in combating cybercrime. Simple things like using multi-factor authentication and keeping applications and operating systems current are sometimes all it takes to make the bad actor give up and move on to an easier target. Thanks for joining me. I hope you found this episode entertaining and informative. Until next time, stay safe between the wires and don't make life easy for cybercriminals. Cheers!